6 championships, 2 three-peats, and one of the greatest seasons in NBA history. Today we're going to be looking at how good the Chicago Bulls were actually. The year is 1984. The Chicago Bulls have the 3rd overall pick.
Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan.
They selected Michael Jordan. In Jordan's rookie year, he averaged a historic 28.2 points per game, while also winning Rookie of the Year. But despite his success, the Bulls only won 38 games that season. They would continue to struggle over the next few years, until 1987. With the 5th pick, the Seattle Supersonics selected Scottie Pippen, but the Bulls really wanted him, so Chicago traded center Olden Polynice and the 8th overall pick to move up and get Pippen. That move would change everything. Pippen quickly developed into one of the best all-around players in the league, able to defend, pass, and score at a high level. Along with new head coach Phil Jackson, who implemented the triangle offense, the Bulls were finally building something special. By the late 80s, they were winning 50-plus games and becoming real contenders. But there was one big problem: the Detroit Pistons. Known as the Bad Boy Pistons, they were physical, tough, and built to stop Jordan. Year after year, they eliminated the Bulls from the playoffs, but those losses would only make Chicago stronger. Fast forward to the 1991 season, the Bulls finally broke through. They made it to the NBA Finals to face the Los Angeles Lakers, led by Magic Johnson. Even against that experience, Jordan dominated. The Bulls won the series 4-1, and Jordan captured his first Finals MVP. That was the start of the dynasty. The next season, they got even better. In 1992, the Bulls won 67 games and returned to the finals to face the Portland Trail Blazers, led by Clyde Drexler. Game 1 gave us one of the most iconic moments ever. Jordan hit 6 three-pointers in the first half and gave a shrug like even he couldn't believe it. The Bulls won the series in 6 games, securing back-to-back championships. Now in 1993, the pressure was on. They faced the Phoenix Suns and MVP Charles Barkley. Jordan had one of the greatest finals performances ever, averaging 41 points per game. With help from Pippen, Horace Grant, and clutch plays like John Paxson's game-winning shot, the Bulls won in 6 games. Their first three-peat was complete. But then everything changed. After the 1993 season, Michael Jordan shocked the world and retired. In 1994, Scottie Pippen stepped up, finishing top 3 in MVP voting and leading the team to 55 wins. The Bulls were still good, but they weren't the same. Then, in 1995, everything changed again. Michael Jordan returned to the NBA with a simple message: "I'm back." Even though the Bulls lost in the playoffs that year, it was clear something big was coming. Then came one of the most important moves in the dynasty. The Bulls traded for Dennis Rodman from the San Antonio Spurs. At the time, Rodman was controversial, but on the court, he was exactly what they needed. An elite defender and one of the greatest rebounders ever, often grabbing over 14 rebounds per game. That move completed the team. Now fast forward to 1996. This was the peak. The Bulls finished the season 72-10, the best record in NBA history at the time. Jordan led the league in scoring, Pippen did everything, and Rodman dominated the boards. They were unstoppable. In the finals, they faced the Seattle Supersonics and won in 6 games. That was championship number 4. In 1997, the Bulls returned to the finals against the Utah Jazz, led by Karl Malone and John Stockton. This series gave us one of the most legendary performances ever. Game 5, the flu game. Jordan, sick and exhausted, dropped 38 points to lead the Bulls to a crucial win. They won the series in 6 games. In 1998, it all came down to one final run. This was the last dance. The team was older and dealing with internal issues, but they still had one more championship in them. Once again, they faced the Utah Jazz. Game 6, final moments. The Bulls were down by 1. Jordan steals the ball from Karl Malone. He dribbles up the court, crosses over, and hits the game-winning shot. One of the most iconic moments in sports history. The Bulls win the series 4-2, completing their second three-peat. 6 championships, 2 three-peats, a 72-win season. So how good were the Chicago Bulls actually? They weren't just great, they were one of the most dominant dynasties in sports history. With Michael Jordan as the closer, Scottie Pippen as the all-around star, and Dennis Rodman doing all the dirty work. Plus, elite coaching and clutch role players. They didn't just win, they defined an era. And honestly, they set a standard that still hasn't been matched. But what do you think? Are the Bulls the greatest dynasty ever? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.